Hello, everybody, and welcome to Pod and Play Season 1. We have returned. We are playing Yakuza Kawami, and I am your host, Corey Deering. Alongside me, as always, is that Retro Code, the singing wonder, Eddie V.
Yakuza, Yakuza.
So we are playing Yakuza Kawami. We're playing on the PlayStation 4, but we're playing it because the first 3 games in the series are coming to Xbox Game Pass soon. And we thought, because we're primarily, I would say our strength is Nintendo by far, but I would also say in terms of Xbox versus PlayStation, we are heavily leaning towards the Xbox side of things. So this is a game that I feel like we should kind of update our Xbox audience on, right? So
Yes.
Ed, why don't you tell us what Yakuza is?
Okay, so Yakuza, or for some people they call it Yakuza, and known in Japan as Ryuga Gotoku, which is like a dragon. It's an action adventure video game developed and published by Sega. It came out in September 2006 for the PlayStation 2. And what it is that you go around, it's a mix of beat 'em up and a role playing game. And pretty much when you guys see how the story unfolds, you you playing as Ryu Kazuka, I think that's his name, who was like this leader that you had to kind of Kazuma Karu, sorry, not Ryu, Kazuma Karu, and he's kind of like trying to be retired from the Yakuza, but something happens and it kind of brings him in. So it, in a way, it has a detective kind of mode to it, in a sense. It's somewhat a little bit open world to it, and Kawami, the one that we're playing, and the good one that's coming on Xbox, is a HD remake, or HD remake of the first game of Yakuza.
Yeah.
This was the time that this game was exclusively on PlayStation. It did come to Wii U in a pack, but it only came in Japan, and everybody here in America wanted it, but it didn't sell well in Japan, so Sega decided not to bring it out to the Wii U.
I mean, some would argue that
most of the whole series is on PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 3, but the originals 1 and 2 came out for PlayStation. So,
yeah. To be fair,
there is a lot of talking, a lot of cutscenes. Everything is in Japanese with subtitles. They decided to keep it where the original cast speak on it, but you get subtitles underneath, and you kind of see what they're saying and that stuff. You could do a little bit of gambling, going to different places, buying food. It has an old arcade, so you get to play some of the old Sega games in it. And then you learn different techniques as you go through the game, and the story unravels. So it's a really great game. It's about 40 plus some hours, depending on how you want to get through it.
yeah. It's one of those games that didn't really find an audience until probably the towards the end of the PlayStation 3 era, I would actually say.
Yes.
And the games have actually grown in popularity over the PlayStation 4's life cycle. Like you said, it came to the Wii U in Japan, but it didn't sell. Like, the games weren't selling well here in the West, and so they decided not to bring it here. Of course, we always have to wrap it back around to Nintendo, but I think it's important to note that these games actually did make it to a Nintendo console, right? Like, I think that is important in a time where a lot of third parties weren't really developing games for Nintendo, and this is definitely one of the standouts that did. Now they are coming to the Xbox platform for the first time, this year. Well, 2020 if you're watching this way down the line. But it's Kawami, which is the remake of the first game, Kawami 2, which is a remake of the second game, and then Yakuza 0, which is a prequel, obviously, to the first two games. Those are the games that are coming for now. I'm sure the other 4 games in the series, I know 4, 5, and wait, 3, 4, and 5 just got HD remasters for PlayStation. And 6 is out already, and then 7 is coming out later this year. So
it's out in Japan, but it's not out here yet.
Yeah, so there's a lot going on here. So it's an interesting series. You know, it's a really, I don't really know what I'm supposed to do here. I wasn't really paying attention.
You just follow the guy who's talking. They have
found him. There we go. Found him. But the interesting thing about this game that I've find really fascinating is that all the games take place in the same kind of fictional city, and like the city, like just because it takes place over 15 years or something.
Yes.
Certain areas of the city open up more as the series progressed, but the layout of the city stays the same. So like
I think 4 is the only one that's different. 4 or 5 is the only one that's different because it has multiple people that you play. So it takes place in a new city because Kazuma ends up leaving the city that he's in. I cannot think.
I don't remember what the city is called, but you know what I mean. Like, I think it's really interesting that they took that approach to where, like, you know, especially, you know, with the ones that are kind of popular now, 1, 2, 6, and 0. Like, the layout of the city is the same, and like depending on which game you're playing, certain areas open up, and like obviously as you progress through the games, more and more of the city opens up, right? And there's arcades, like you said. You can run a fictional baseball team. You can run like brothels. Like, there's so much you can do in this game. And while what it does well, I think, is like, while the game takes itself seriously, there's a lot of camp to it. Like, a lot of kind of funny moments. Like, it's kind of like a Metal Gear in that way, where like the story kind of takes itself seriously, but there's a lot of things surrounding the game that kind of like make it funny and like almost unbelievable to an extent.
Yes.
So
definitely when you're fighting.
Yeah.
It gets like super like bonkers when you're fighting in this game.
Yeah, I'm actually fighting right now, and it's kind of, I mean, it's kind of like you got like a heavy attack and a quick attack kind of thing, you know, like kind of triangle kind of kicks people, and then square kind of punches people, and then I guess X dodges or whatever. But it's pretty, this fighting system's pretty standard, it looks like.
Oh, wait to like soon you'll be able to grab weapons and do like finishing moves, and like it's really cool. Like, you'll pick up chairs and start swinging and like
Yeah, I can see where like the icons, you're gonna be able to pick up stuff and kind of like, you know, oh, there we go. Ooh, that's funny. Training session is completed. All right. Yeah, so it's definitely it's definitely a series I've been looking forward to getting to, and they were like right before they were announced for Xbox Game Pass, they were all on sale on PlayStation, and I almost was like, man, I kind of want to like get them. They were like $8 or $9 at a point. And I wanted to get them, but then they announced them for Game Pass, and I was like, well, I might as well just wait if they're all coming to Game Pass, right?
yeah, because I still own the original PlayStation 2 version. Actually, this Yakuza 2 was the hardest one to find. There are side games to the Yakuza game, Yakuza series, but they all are in Japan. They kind of take place like I think like the 18th or 19th century. Like they're way old games, but they haven't brought them to America, and I'm like, I want them to play it here. So
Hmm.
I'm really surprised Sega hasn't brought this to Switch yet.
Um, yeah, I wonder if they will. I mean, maybe not all of them, but especially like the first two, right? Like, well, the Kawami 1 and 2. Because they're not graphically intensive. And if I remember correctly, Kawami 1 was originally made for the PlayStation 3, like in
Yes.
Japan, and then they just ported it to the PlayStation 4 here because it was obviously the console that was more popular here at the time. By the time they localized it and brought it over, right? You know, so I don't know. I'm kind of surprised, but I'm kind of not. You know, I don't know. It's just a weird thing.
Yeah, and throughout the series they added more gameplay where you're like doing chases and uh playing as different characters and added to the story. And you learn more about Kazuma uh, throughout the series and like how he changes and everything.
Yeah. I mean, the game looks really good. By the way, yeah,
Yes.
I think it looks pretty good. A lot of people kind of consider this the kind of like the kind of going back to the game like it's kind of like the spiritual successor to a lot of people to the Shenmue series.
Yes.
And you know, I didn't really play Shenmue, so I can't really oh jeez, I just found a 2x4 and I'm beating this guy up with it. Wow, that's funny. Sorry, I'm in a tutorial for some reason about how to block. I've got to block
Yeah.
3 times, so yeah. I mean, I did download the first 2 Shenmue games from Game Pass because they're there, but I still don't know if I'm gonna play them or not because they just, I don't know. They're just strange games.
I cannot do the Shenmue series. From what I read about what you do in that game, I
Yeah.
kind of just like, no, thank you.
Yeah, I'm just not interested. I'm not gonna lie.
But I will say that I prefer this over Grand Theft Auto 3. When those two games were on it, there was something about this open world and this fighting system that I literally loved when it first came out. That because I love beat 'em ups, and it just felt so good, you know, going into the store, making sure that you get your bottled water or your juice or your Japanese snacks and stuff. It's just learning all the Japanese culture that was in this game. Like if you were really American and you were into anime and just Japanese culture early in the 2006, because it was a big thing. Uh, this game really was something to look at. People heard about Yakuza, but we never seen the movies. We don't know the lifestyle and the culture stuff. Of course, we know
I don't
about
know. I saw Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift. Okay,
that
I know
is,
they're all about street racing. So
and that actually was an anime before Tokyo Drift, but that'd be something for standard definition.
what, Tokyo Drift?
Actually, race well, Tokyo, well, the Fast and the Furious, and maybe that some of the
Oh, please don't make me watch Fast and the Furious.
Oh no, I've never seen none of the Tokyo. I never seen Tokyo Drift. I've seen all the other Fast and Furious, but I never saw Tokyo Drift.
I mean,
No, there
if
was
you've seen them all except for that one, it's probably the one you don't need to see.
yeah. Uh, we might get heat for that because probably by the time this one come out, the ninth one came out, which I looked at that one and I was just like, okay, enough is enough. This don't have the rock or Statham in it. I'm like, Hobbs and Shaw was like the bomb. Was a fun ride. And I looked at this one. I was just like, I'll go and see it, make a dinner plan out of it. But it's just like I'm not feeling this one. I don't know why.
Dude, did you see that the 10th movie is going to be 2 parts?
No, when did they announce that?
The room. That's just the rumor right now. Is that it's 2 parts? It's just like, come on, dude, really?
They really trying to stretch this out
Oh,
because the
man.
10th one's supposed to be the last one.
Yeah, yeah, but they're also going to make Hobbs and Shaw too, apparently. So
Yeah, House of Shaw was really good. I would say
I
that.
haven't seen any of them before. I forget what the last one I saw was. There's too many of them to even know.
Uh,
How could you even know? How do you even know at this point? So
yeah. But Yakuza was really like just a game that was for me. You know, I was into beat 'em ups, like I said, 3D beat 'em ups and role playing games and just the crazy stuff. But like, you really, this is one of my favorite characters of all time. Definitely in video games and definitely from Sega. I love Kazuma. Um, but I always feared his tattoo. So he's kind of known for the box art, and you literally had to see it later on in the game about his tattoo. I was just like, man, that was really talking about artwork. Just love that artwork.
yeah, man, this guy with the eye patch is like,
Dojima is crazy.
yeah, he looks crazy. You look at him, he looks crazy.
And Corey, I really do hope that I hope this is part of your backlog challenge and you play the whole game through.
It is. No, it is. Like I do plan on playing when they come to Game Pass, I do plan on playing them. I mean, I know
Okay.
I already own it on PlayStation, but I had to hook my PlayStation up so we could do this pod and play. That's how often I don't play my PlayStation, right? Like I just don't.
I had to do the same thing.
I mean, a couple weeks ago, about 2 or 3 weeks ago, when I got my new TV, I hooked it up to play God of War and Horizon on my new TV, and I was like, "Yep, these games look great. Don't need to play them again, right?" Like, I mean, I do want to play God of War again, but it'll be a while before I get to it, I think.
Yeah, if I do God of War, I think all I need to do is do the Sirens.
Yeah, and
That's the only ones.
I do want to do the DLC for Horizon and stuff too, but like,
I gotta find out where I have it, but it won't load in my game. I gotta find out where it's at.
It's in the upper right hand corner of the map. So like I do want to do that, but like there's too many other games to play, and I've been really into my Switch lately. Yes, I bought a brand new 4K TV and I've been playing my Switch. I mean, there just hasn't been anything to come out. I mean, Darksiders Genesis came out, but I'm playing I'm playing that on Switch, right?
Switch.
Like I'll be playing that on Switch.
Did you play some of it today?
I didn't get it yet.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna wait. I'm probably gonna wait till next week.
Cause I got it, but I want to wait till you play it before I like even talk more about it.
Yeah.
I do wonder though.
Let me finish my point real quick though.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
With my PlayStation, like I unhooked my PlayStation so I could hook my Wii U back up. That's how often I don't play. That's like and I know a lot of people. We're in the minority, right? Where Nintendo's going to be our primary place to play games, right?
Yes.
We are the Nintendo team at Boss Rush. So we are the Nintendo team. We're going to play Nintendo games. Plus, like, I mean, Nintendo Power Block is our baby and the reason why we started doing this in the first place. But I would rather play those games. Like I was going through my Switch and my Wii U and stuff, and I'm just like, man, I really like I'm just really enjoying my time with Nintendo games, you know, and
Yeah.
as much as I really do want to play those other, why can't I go in here? Can I go in here? I can go in here. All right. I just, I would rather be playing those games. And when those Wii U games end up coming to Switch, rumors the rest of them are probably going to make their way this year, right?
Yes.
Mario 3D World and Pikmin are heavily rumored. Wonderful 101. Like the only reason I have my Wii U hooked up now is for Xenoblade Chronicles X, which I want to get back to, and the 2 Zelda games, right? Like those are the games that I have my Wii U hooked up for, and it's been a joy just going back to those games too. I mean, they look great graphically. Some games I think almost look better on the Wii U than they do on the Switch. In some,
and that's where Alien Isolation I want to get. I literally want to see how that runs on Wii on Switch.
Well, I mean, like I'm just because sometimes the mobile chip in the Switch doesn't give you the best quality. Sometimes, I mean, maybe it's just some small, and it's not in every game, right? It's just some small games. But I do think, like, Xenoblade Chronicles X looks incredible. Like, it looks incredible. Like, it looks way better than Xenoblade Chronicles 2.
Dude, if that thing touched down on Switch, I might just literally cry during the direct. Like, that game alone really just showcased what the Wii U could do when you could use graphics. And I was just like, I hope EA and Activision is watching this. It's just looking like, look at this world that they created and these graphics and this art. And you said you can't put none of your games on the system and it's pushing out this?
Well, I mean, that's not the reason why, but...
Oh, well, yeah. But it was just like... looking at the Wii U and looking at Xenoblade Chronicles X, there's just been times that I put the gamepad down, it just did nothing. It just stared at the world.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think Xenoblade Chronicles X had a 13 gig patch to download for better textures and better anime. Like they added a whole bunch of stuff through optional patches, right? Like you could play the game off the disc and enjoy it just fine, but it added texture packs and all kinds of things in this 13 gig patch, and people literally bought memory cards for those patches, right? But like that game still looks incredible to this day, and it's kind of like amazing. I know the Wii U was technically inferior to the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One in a lot of ways, right? I mean, not a lot of ways. It's just fact. It was, but the things that Nintendo and Nintendo's studios could do with the hardware was definitely something that we've talked about a lot, but I don't think gets enough appreciation. And I would like this game. I would have loved to seen it come over and seen it run on a something that's not a PlayStation 4. Like I really would have.
Everybody here in America was disappointed at Sega not bringing this game to the Wii U, because people were just like, "Oh, this is coming out the Wii U, bring it to America so we could pre-order and get it." They would have made a whole bunch of money, but because
I don't know if they would have though, because like Yakuza is such a niche game anyway, and the Wii U didn't sell a lot of units, dude. It would have made the incredibly Nintendo faithful happy, but I don't know. I don't know if something like Bayonetta couldn't sell 1 million copies on the Wii U, then this definitely would not have.
Well, the first Bayonetta had to be on 2 systems for it to even get to 1 million copies.
No, I'm talking about Bayonetta 2 though.
Right, but Bayonetta 1 wouldn't have sold 1 million just on Xbox alone.
I don't think it did. I don't think it sold it even on 2 systems.
It's sold on two systems. It's
No,
sold.
no, I know
It
it's
is
sold on two systems. I don't think it sold a
right.
million copies across those two systems.
I think it. I think it did. Well, I think Sega said that when added up between both systems, they did 1 million. I think they said it was successful on. It was a successful game, and that's why everybody was puzzled. Why didn't Sega or nobody come fund part two before Nintendo did? It was good.
Uh,
It was because did they sell 1 million within both systems combined?
it it's only sold a million recently across PS3, Xbox 360, and then counting the copies sold on the Wii U version, it passed a million.
Oh, I thought they
It
said.
took 3 systems for it to sell a million units.
Oh, I thought they said it sold 1 million with the other two.
I just looked it
Oh,
up.
wow.
Yeah, it sold
Oh,
1.1 million across 3 consoles, and that's not including the PC port and the upcoming HD
HD ones.
port or the Switch port.
Switch. Yeah.
Which, I mean, how do you even count that? I guess like every sale Bayonetta 2, you have to count Bayonetta 1 in there. I guess you would have to because it's a bundle. But at that point, do you just count it as a bundled sale or do you just count it? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I think you could count it as part of the bonus sale. I know some. I think they was also selling it by itself. I wonder. I probably have to look. Like if you just type in Bayonetta, just does the first game come up by itself? Um.
Yeah. I don't. Anyways, I just I think I don't know. Maybe because the Wii U audience was so different, maybe this game was sold better than expected. But I don't. I mean, like you look at games like Ninja Gaiden 3 or Devil's Third or some of these other kind of niche. I mean, I guess Ninja Gaiden's not really niche, but it was a Wii U exclusive for a while, right? Like, I don't know. I just think you look at some of these games that didn't even reach a million that would be considered more popular than something like this. And
Yeah.
I mean, I think PlayStation's a good place for it. Don't get me wrong. Like, I think that PlayStation offers a lot that Nintendo doesn't, but Nintendo also offers a lot that Sony doesn't, and Microsoft offers a lot that neither one of them. Like, they all have their place in there. Like, a lot of their first party has a certain popularity to it, and then there's a lot of things that each one offers that's for a niche audience, and that's kind of what we were talking about on what were we talking about that on recently? Where I think we were talking about it on the Astral Chain episode.
Yeah.
Where,
With Platinum. Yeah.
I think Nintendo has Platinum's games to point as their kind of niche. This, we can point to this even though if they don't sell units, that's fine, but we have this to say this expands our library past Mario and Zelda and Smash or whatever. We have these games too, whereas I think Sony would point at games like Yakuza and Neo and Bloodborne to say, hey, we have these games, and even though they don't, a lot of them, these games might not sell systems, although some people would argue that Bloodborne sold systems, but you know what I mean? Like, these are the games that they point to say, hey, we have these to flesh out our library along with God of War and Horizon and Spider-Man and whatever else, right? So,
Right. And I feel like Nintendo is willing to take a risk.
Am I supposed to go in here? I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. I have zero clue what I'm doing. I'm in the store. Why does this guy look like his shoe? The main character's shoes look like they're about 4 sizes too big.
Because that's the way that they dress.
I'm just saying, like, it's just his shoes are ridiculously distracting. Like, the game looks amazing except for like how big the shoes are.
Shoes are, yeah.
And like the scene at the bar, the women's hands look extremely like men's hands, and it's just like that was really distracting. Like, the one girl was smoking a cigarette and her hand looked, I thought it was his hand and it wasn't. So I apologize, by the way. You guys are probably hearing me sniff and kind of breathing weird, and I'm getting over something, and it's just not going away. It's just lingering. It's just like, it's lingering. It's just, you know what I mean? So, I don't know.
Yeah, I had a runny nose for the like last 2.5 weeks, and I was taking even NyQuil, and it wasn't working. I'm like, dang, what the heck is going on? Like I had a serious runny nose.
I don't know what I just did. I think I bought a ring, but I'm not
You
sure.
did.
Okay. Was that a main quest? I can't hear anything because of how we're recording. I can't hear anything. I'm just
Yeah.
reading everything. But I'm excited for these games to come to Xbox. I think it's important for the Xbox brand to get games like this. I think it's games like this, and I know the Kingdom Hearts collection is coming to Xbox, which I'm very excited for. Because I'm probably like in the next couple weeks. Actually, by the time you watch this, I'll probably be back up streaming. Kingdom Hearts is a series I want to stream. Nintendo stuff is like, I've been going through my Switch, and I'm like, I'm going to start streaming a lot of Nintendo stuff and family friendly stuff like Kingdom Hearts, and they're games I really want to. Oh no, the ring is missing.
Yeah, you gotta get it back.
Yeah. I am just really looking forward to getting back into, why we started. We've talked about Arsenal X, and it's come back officially, right? But it's something that I kind of want to be a part of. Not every Sunday, maybe like once or twice a month. But I want to focus on our Nintendo content. I think it's really time to structure Boss Rush in a kind of a team-based thing where, obviously you and I are going to be a part of the Nintendo stuff, right? Like we are the Nintendo team. I consider us the Nintendo team, and have Ray and Jesse be more the Xbox team,
Yes.
And have them set stuff up and be on their own, right? Like I mean, I don't want to like leave them high and dry, right? That's not what I'm talking about. I'm just saying, like, I want them to structure the show the way that they think it should be run. I want them to try to reach out to people to be guests and stuff like that, And the same way I kind of want us to do Nintendo Pal Block that way. And then obviously the Boss Rush podcast is where we all get together and be, hang out and talk games and stuff.
Yes. Have certain teams and everything.
But like I said, I'm really excited to stream some Nintendo stuff on Mixer and really get back into why we started this in the first place. And I kind of feel like we're at a place now where I can kind of not have to try to play everything and kind of just focus on what I'm comfortable playing and and it's hard trying to keep up, especially financially and everything. And I've applied for us to be kind of to the Nintendo kind of, I don't know what it's called. It's not called the ambassador program, but it's kind of the same thing where, we run a Nintendo podcast, so maybe we can try to inform people better if Nintendo agrees to like give us stuff if that's the way you want to go. But you know what I mean, like press kits and stuff. And that's kind of the way I want to go. I kind of want to be that Nintendo podcast that people turn to see what's new and what's out there, instead of I've been really loving the way Nintendo Pal Block's been going, and I kind of want to take it to the next. What am I trying to say? I'm sorry, my nose is running and I'm trying to figure it out.
You want to take Pal Block like to
the next level, I would say.
Yes,
is how I want to take it. I want to take the next step. I want to be that Nintendo podcast, right? And we've had a few great steps in the right direction, and I want to keep going with that. I want to keep. Why can't I go this way? The sign's really going to prevent me from going this way. I want to keep doing that. I want to keep just pushing ourselves and pushing the shows and pushing us in particular to just keep going and taking that next step. So I don't want to go there. Where? I guess I don't know where to go really. I guess.
Okay, so if you're looking for the man for the first time, go through one of the alleys. I think there's a Chinese woman in white. She would have like three dots at the top of her. Go and talk to her, and she'll tell you where you need to go.
I think I passed her already. I don't really know where to go. Oh well. I'm just gonna run around and see where I can go. I'm just gonna explore these shops actually. What's in here? Kazama Family Office. I don't think I'm gonna go there. It said go to some sort of bowling alley. I don't know where the bowling alley is. Will it show up on my map? Or do I have to explore and just ask people what to do?
You had to well, you got to try to get the ring back.
That's
first.
what I'm trying. I know, that's what I'm trying to do. Some strange man in a coat just darted off into the alley. What was that all about? This alley?
Yeah, that's the guy who stole the ring. So you need to go to the alley that she's right by, and then you'll find him.
I found him. I found him. Crap, you found me, he said. He's fast. So yeah, I don't know. I kind of feel bad that all of our conversations kind of come back to Nintendo and
To Nintendo.
and
Well,
usually it's your fault, but this time it's my fault. And
that's
but
it,
you know what? Sorry.
Isn't it any conversation that I talk to, I bring it back to Nintendo, or I use Nintendo as an example?
Yeah, and like I'm aware this is clearly my fault, but I'm just I don't know. I'm just ready to do more, and I've been working on a lot of things the last few days, and it's been really fun. And you know, I mean, I've been kind of trying to go to bed early too, but it's what's this guy have to say? You want to say something to me? Is this the pickpocket guy? Sopen Street? I don't know where that's at. It's kind of weird that there's like all these like places that say you can't go this way. How do I know where Sopen Street is?
Usually when you're it normally is like when you walk, they'll tell you the street at the bottom.
Oh,
Like,
I see. I see what you're saying. Okay. I know. Okay. I hear you now. That's not it. It's I think what we're doing is really cool and really kind of, I wouldn't say unique, but I think it's special because we love it, you know, and Nintendo is our passion project, right? And it's our passion. It's our passion. Nintendo is our thing, you know, and I think, you know, I'm going on a few podcasts to guest and in the next couple weeks, and I think that's going to be fun to kind of expand our reach a little bit and to people who might not know us, and you know, I think it should be fun, you know. And,
Yes.
And kind of I want to get a few people on Pow Block now too. Like I know when we restarted it, I kind of wanted it to just be you and me and kind of be this little thing that we do, but I think now, like as we progress and stuff, I think it's kind of important for us to have more people kind of be involved, like not directly involved in it, but you know, guest on and be kind of a part of the community and everything. So I've been trying to be more active on Twitter that way too. It's been kind of interesting to do that. I have no idea where I'm going.
So there's another guy with the three dots that you need to talk to,
I already
and
talked
he'll
to
tell
him.
you.
He told me where
Go
to
around the
go.
corner. He's supposed to be hiding behind the sign.
Oh, he's hiding behind a sign.
Yeah, like a big sign.
Uh, well, guess we'll find out. Where's the guy? Where's the guy in the suit? Is this him? This is him. Hey, did you see the guy in the coat running by that theme bum pickpocket?
Yeah, I actually picked
Towards
up.
Supin Street. I don't know where Supin Street is.
I picked up. So Snack World finally downloaded, and I'll talk about that on the Boss Rush podcast. But didn't know that was a level 5 game in Nintendo publishing. Like, oh.
I don't know where Supin Street is. I just opened the map to see where it was at, and it's I don't see it. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Well, I know right where you talked to he was just like around the corner. Uh, he
Around the corner, huh?
yeah, right where the guy at.
Huh. See, this is where I would have probably turned the game off already and been like, I don't know where to go. This is stupid. I'm a terrible gamer. You said around the corner behind a big sign?
Yeah. So right where you talk where the guy was at, you'll turn the corner over there. You can't go anywhere else because there's a whole bunch of bikes. But there's a big yellow and blue sign that he's hiding under, like he was a spider or something on the ground.
Yellow and blue sign, huh? Where's I don't. I'm getting
Are you
further away. It says. I'm gonna go back to the main guy. Oops, I just ran into a whole bunch of girls. Oops. Whoopsies. Ha ha ha. Okay, here's the guy. Now, if I'm facing the guy, do I go right or left?
You turn to your right because there should be right around the corner. You should be headed like to a dead end, and he'll be on the right side. But he's like behind the sign where some bikes and stuff is at.
That's clearly not where I'm supposed to go then. Bikes, 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 bikes. There's a bunch of bikes in this alleyway. Bikes, bikes, bikes. Nope. Nope.
So when you go to the alley, he should be on your right. There should be a big like neon or yellow sign.
Oh, I see him. I think. Found him. I found him, Ed. I did good.
Yay!
All right, Ed. We're approaching the 45-minute kind of point in the episode. Is there anything else you want to talk about before we get out of here about Yakuza or just, this team in general or I mean, we didn't really talk about Judgment at all either, the spin-off game. I didn't play it, so I don't.
I have Judgment and I have played it. I'm going to save that discussion for later for Judgment because I want to play more. And maybe probably if I do a hit 'em hard or something, I'll do Judgment. And kind of like talk about that game because it's really different than Yakuza. It's in the same city as Yakuza, but there's different things because it has a detective element to it, which is really cool, which is really nice. I will say go play Yakuza. If you already on the series on PlayStation, definitely just go through it and have fun. They're always on sale. So catch it on sale if you guys want to. If you own Game Pass, I do recommend just downloading all three. And if you like it, if you want to support Sega, go ahead and buy them if you want to. But other than that, uh, they're long, fun RPGs. There's a lot of beat 'em up, but there's just a lot of story and character development. And what you see, what goes on in the first game, it really has a cinematic feel to it, and it's really cool on what Sega did. This is something that I could see like Artemis being done in if they wanted to do something like that and bring it back. But uh, yeah, or even Golden Axe or something. But yeah,
They tried to
I
bring Golden Axe back once, remember?
they tried to bring Artemis back. And that game was yeah.
But to that point, like I think that Sega is on this kind of like weird. I mean, we talk about Capcom being on a resurgence, right? Like I think Sega's on this weird kind of resurgent path too, where like in a different way. Like I know they have Atlas, right? Like I mean, it's not really Sega, but I mean Sega owns Atlas, and the
Yeah.
popularity of Persona and Shin Megami Tensei has really risen, and then the
If
Sonic.
you want to talk about niche in a small that series, yee,
No,
that series was really niche and small.
no, I agree, but like and then the success of Yakuza and them putting back out Vanquish and Bayonetta, and then like I think Sega's having like a weird different type of resurgence. I know that
It's
like their main kind of franchises like Sonic aren't doing very, although that movie just kind of did gangbusters at the box office. So
yeah, Sonic does well when it. This is, I would say, Sega's second resurgence in a sense. Even after Dreamcast and they decided to go third party, they started making more money on Nintendo platforms, and then they started bringing other games to other platforms, and whatever way you want to see it as, the Virtual Fighter being series being bigger on PlayStation. They were bringing certain games to different platforms. Sega just happened to.
and then they gave Xbox Crazy Taxi.
And Jet Set Radio. So it was Sega was going through something financially in a good way. Once they went third party, and they still have the arcade series and everything. It was just kind of good to see that now. They had to do some reorganization within the company. Seeing them now, their researchers, it's like taking some of their old classics and kind of giving it to the smaller indie developers, in a sense.
I mean, Sonic Mania was like crazy.
Yeah,
I mean, that game was like the best Sonic game since the Genesis. To be honest with you, I mean,
I haven't picked it up, but I'm tempted to get it on Xbox for $9.99.
I mean, it's $9.99 on Switch too.
Oh, then I might get it there.
All Sonic games are 50% off this week, so because of the movie.
Okay.
Yeah, I kind of wanted to get this Team Sonic Racing, but it's still $20, and I just kind of want to like. I've been doing good about not purchasing games this year so far, and like Darksiders is the one that I kind of want to like not start with, but it's the one that's like on my list. So
I've been a naughty boy because of some good sales, I would say. But like Snack World, I had pre-ordered. Devil May Cry 3, I had pre-ordered. In Darksiders Genesis, I mainly talked about we was getting it on Switch, so that stuff was already planned and everything. But last thing I pretty much got to say before we go, yeah, I would really say if you into the Grand Theft Auto games, give Yakuza a chance. Yes, the game is fully subtitled. but you can read it and get over it and hear the Japanese names. It's a good game really to get into it. And that parts it really does become challenging. So if you want to play it on easy, go ahead. I play it on normal and everything. Uh, and really enjoy what the game has to offer. It's a good way to recognize different types of games. And it's kind of I'm glad kind of to see that when Phil Spencer's talked about he went to Japan to talk to other developers and bringing games to their platform. It's good to see something like this come to the platform.
Sorry, I'm sorry that I missed that last part. I was reading about money.
Oh,
I kind of zoned out and reading about the money. This money. I'm trying to buy this ring back. But yeah. Yep.
to see I said talking about Phil Spencer, how he talked to a lot of Japanese developers,
Yeah.
and bringing games to the Xbox platform. This may have been a part of it. This may have been a good sign, and it's really good that something like this happened.
Phantasy Star Online, I guess that beta went okay this weekend or this past week.
Yeah, they had to extend it because of last Friday.
And Square putting Final Fantasy and Kingdom Hearts on the system and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like I agree that like Phil Spencer's really putting in the work to try to get Japanese developers back on the platform. Man, somebody floated across the idea of like Lost Odyssey remaster. I got really excited.
I need to finish that game. It's on my one, and I really want to go through.
Remember when they gave it away for free for like 6 months?
Yeah, that's how I got it.
That was awesome. And Blue Dragon, and I wish I. Speaking of games that need an HD remaster, the last story on Wii.
Oh yeah, that needs it. Like,
dude, that
badly.
game was so. That game was just so wonderful.
Like I said, I kick myself for not picking it up, but I had brought Xenoblade Chronicles for Wii.
Yeah.
And I wasn't thinking about the last story. I'm like, I got that. My friend got the last story. We were supposed to switch at the time when we did it.
Yeah.
But yeah, give that a remake, a remaster. Clean it up, put it on Switch, or put it on all three consoles they want to.
I would put it all on everything. Like I mean, I know Microsoft owns Lost Odyssey and Blue Dragon, but Last Story I think deserves to be on everything.
Yeah.
So.
I was so mad about Blue Dragon. I'm sorry. That I bought the game and then like the following month it was free to get for game. Games would go. I was just like, oh, I just bought this like for $10, but then I was just like, I'm cool with it. Like,
yeah. So.
And that's another game I need to work on because I was getting further into it, and I love the music in that game.
Yeah.
The book rock.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll revisit it. Hopefully for a final play, but who knows?
Yeah. Speaking of pot and play, we are going to get out of here. I want to thank everybody for watching. Remember, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you're watching this video, please subscribe and click that bell. It would really help us out. If you want to listen to our podcasts, you can. You can search for Boss Rush Games on all podcast platforms, and all the podcasts should pop up. The Boss Rush Podcast, Nintendo Power Block, and of course Arsenal X. Hopefully you download those, rate and review those on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. It really helps us out. And I think that's it. So I want to thank everybody for watching and or listening, or I guess you wouldn't be listening and watching. You should probably just be watching. So I want to thank everybody for watching. And until next time, we love you.
Bye, everybody.